Hi Leo, welcome to a new era. My name is Emma. Leo, this is your love reading starting today on the 15th of April, and just for the very near future is what I'm asking for. I haven't put an end date to it, so whenever you find this reading, if you feel like it resonates with you, it still is your reading. And I've started to incorporate the number. I just love numbers, and it's not particularly the number 15 that it's today, but it's the frequency behind it that is of significance to me. And so the number 15, and I also have to incorporate the number 4 of the month. So all of April is sort of a love month because it's the number 4. So it's all about the heart center and it's all about the foundation. So it's really beautiful. That's for all, obviously. And then we have number 15. Number 15 is starting with the number 1, which is all about new beginnings. And then we have number 5, which is all about change and life path. So it's really beautiful. It's something that is sort of destined to happen. And then if you add those two up, like 5 plus 1 equals 6. 6 is the totality of the love, like your connection with your inner being, connection to source, which is the whole love, if that makes sense. So it's a really beautiful foundation for your love reading today, for your love story. So let's see specifically what's going on for you, Leo, for the very near future. And if you don't like the shuffling, please fast forward. And also including the shuffling itself to the reading, to like the way that it's done, the way that I feel like it's coming out or not coming out. So something comes out with a bang. And it feels like out of nowhere, really. Gorgeous two first cards. And then let's see what else comes out. I think that's it. They came out together, so I'm going to put them like that together. So I'm starting with the first card here. It's called Ten of Michael. Do not ask. And there's been, I just have to say, there's been a very friendly soul commenting that, you know, she could show me how to reverse, like describing how to reverse the program so the image on the cards doesn't, you know, get mirrored like this. And I actually do know how to do that. And so maybe you think I'm all crazy, but if I do reverse it, there's a whole like a ripple effect of other things that gets messed up. So for just now, I'm going to leave it in as it is. It's called Ten of Michael. 10 is all about a completion. So in terms of your love life for the very near future, from where you stand right now to when you listen to this, into your very near future, there's some sort of completion happening. So there is a phoenix rising in the back there, and I love it. It's like the show has ended. This role that you've been playing up until now, you're done. You're taking a bow. You're like very proud of the role that you played up until this point, and now you're sort of done. You're done with the... It's sort of a bit... It's so interesting because blue has just kept haunting me lately. The color blue, the frequency blue, a new earth, the vibration around, or the field rather, around the new earth, I feel is very blue. And today when I say like, there is sort of it's not a doom and gloom feeling, but it's like a bit, I'm feeling blue, which we usually sort of put into a, that you feel a bit down or a bit, you know. But in this instance, it was what it was. It is what it is, if that makes sense. Like it's a completion of something. It's a completion of something that you've done up until this point. The way you led your life up until this point, the way you've had relationships in the past, if you're in a committed relationship right now, the way you've gone about it, the wave you've been towards each other, it sort of has reached a final destination. It's like a completion. Something, if you want to call it karma, if you want to call it like a cycle that was always supposed to happen this way, it has come to now an end. It's being completed, and so beautiful because it sort of looks like a phoenix rising in the back that has turned into wings. So there's a progress here that has taken place within you in terms of love. So maybe you've chosen, let's say, better and better relationships. You found more stable people along the way. For instance, if you started with seeing somebody who was really sort of down and out, I'm just trying to, in a very shallow way, describe what I mean or what I feel, is like if the first person you met was like a bum, and then you meet somebody else and you realize, yeah, it's good if they have some sort of job, and it's good that we can do stuff on the weekends and they're just not completely broke. And so I do wish for somebody that is a bit more organized and a bit more put together. And then you realize, oh, it's good that they have a job and that they have money, but it's also quite good if they're kind. And so the next person is kind, they have a job, but then it's like you're on the spiritual path, and so you really want them to understand you and what you're going through. And so it's like you keep adding on, and all of that adding on has led to this point. It's like you summed up everything that you've been through. We have a completion here now, and we're moving forward. Number 10 is also a 1 and a 0. So we have the number 1 from the today state, number 15. So we have 2 number 1s now with new beginnings. And with the 0, it's like full circle. Something has come full circle, and it's also like a never-ending story. We keep on going. We keep on doing this. But the show has ended, and you blossomed into this beautiful sort of becoming a swan from the ugly duckling sort of feeling. On the bottom it says, a situation has ended and you are finally free. New opportunities for happiness will now follow. Put the past behind you. So it's very beautiful with the way I feel about it and the way that the card is being portrayed and the text down on the bottom. It's sort of when everything fits, everything is included here, everything fits. It's almost like when you watch a piece, maybe a movie or a dance, I don't know, something that's being showed to you where the sort of number and the music and the script and like everything just comes together so perfectly. And that's something to be said about that. There's something that now everything fits. It's like the picture fits with the text, with the number, with the whole feeling of it. So there's something very right going on in your life right now. There's something very, and in terms of that, it's obviously in terms of your love life, that is like, whether you're single, in a separated situation, or in a already committed relationship, something is going very right. You have the feeling that something has come to an end and something is going very right, moving you along, going into the future. Then we move on to Ace of Ariel. I love this because Ace is the highest possible energy and Ariel is my love angel. So we have the highest possible love here. The highest possible love, Leo, is for the very near future on its way to you. And even if you're in a committed relationship, I feel like this is you finding this highest possible love within the relationship. Okay? Ariel is sitting there showing you all this beauty, all this abundance, there's a lot of money sitting right next to her, and money in terms of this love reading, I would translate that into good energy, like just good flow, good energy, abundance. Like you can have abundance in money, but you can also have abundance in love. And since it's Ace of Ariel, it speaks about this highest form of love, and it speaks about where you're at. We have the pink border here, which speaks about the romantic partnership. I was starting to say, because you're dressed in pink, well, it's Ariel, but the portray of you, and obviously this could be a Leo man as well. It just means that you've grown into this. You cannot attract the highest type of love if you are not it yourself. Right? So you need to be in the vicinity of this high energy or high vibration, or you can't receive it. You can't even find it or feel it or see it. But because you're there, I feel like you've started to really if you're in a committed relationship, you're falling in love with your partner all over again. If you're in a separated situation, you can just feel that it's about time. It's about to get ready for you guys to meet now, because you're both in the perfect position for it. If you're single, you probably have started to sense them being around you, sense them, like they can come in through dreams, they can come in. And if you're, I want to say something about the dreams there, because if you're in your day-to-day life, if you have a hard time to sort of visualize, if you have a hard time to picture something that is not there yet, if that makes sense, like if you, okay, I want this, and I'm starting to imagine how that would look like, no matter what that is, and you feel like you have a hard time to sort of see it for your inner eye. Some people don't have vision as their strongest psychic ability. I don't even know if I need to add the word psychic, but some people are just, they're hearing more. Their hearing sense is strongest, or the just knowing, you just know. How do you know that? There's no answer to that. You just know, or you feel that something is up, and you use that a lot in your language. Like, I feel like this is, or, you know, or if you are a person who's like, I see where this is going, like it's a giveaway what you're leaning more towards. And I feel that I feel that for some people, my strongest is feeling and knowing. Just put it out there, feeling and knowing. Or although seeing and hearing is good as well, but they're second from feeling and knowing. And I just, for the sake of the dreams, there's some of you guys out there that have been dreaming about maybe exes, and you're like, what? Am I supposed to get back together with that person? Because they might have shown up like in a romantic setting. You might have, you know, pictured them as a love interest, and you're like waking up and being all confused, like, I don't know, it felt really good in the dream, but now when I'm awake, I'm not sure I want to go back there. Is that really that? What I find over the years, if I've had a hard time or a tough time, even, you know, exceeding my own dreams, or even seeing beyond what I think is possible for me, that the universe is like, are you kidding? We can do so much better. You might block what really is coming in, but you're going to get the second best. You're going to dream about somebody that you already know, somebody that you feel comfortable with, somebody that, I just feel that for some of you guys, you are dreaming about your partner, your potential partner coming in, and it could also be your separated partner, and still you're dreaming about somebody else, and it doesn't make any sense. That is just you grabbing on to the easiest form for you to sort of see when you're dreaming, if that makes sense. For some of you guys, it could be the actual person. I just want to say that I feel for some, I feel. You will hear that all the time, because that's my main, that I'm feeling. Yes, that I feel that you are using that as the most secure, where you feel safe. You will attract this person in your dream to sort of let you know that it's really close. It's close by. It's going to happen soon. And so don't get confused if it's a person showing up and you're like, I don't want them. If that is the feeling, it's not them. Okay? And then on the bottom it says, it's your lucky day. New resources of money, time, or support. A change in job or a promotion. And translating that into love, it's new energy coming in. We're stepping into something brand new. It's a new story here for you. Ace in itself is also number 1. So like we have Ace, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. And so we have now 3 number 1s on the table. So it's very much in alignment. And maybe you're seeing a lot of people, when they're about to meet their soulmate, or when they're about to sort of have some sort of really good if you're in a committed relationship, you're like, I'm not waiting for my soulmate, but you constantly are. And the way you constantly are, you're upgrading all the time, and you're constantly sort of saying yes to your partner over and over again, and saying yes to yourself being with your partner over and over again. So it's good to sort of recognize it from that aspect. But it can also be that you're doing something in your already committed relationship that is very much in alignment, and then you start to see 1111 or 111 or 11, or but for a lot of people, when their soulmate is about to show up, you're starting to see 1111 everywhere, or 111, or in a different capacity that is sort of an agreement with your source, with your inner being, that when you see that, it's a sign for them to approach you or something like that. So all goodies, all brilliant start. And then we have King of Raphael and Eight of Michael. They came out together, so I'm gonna look at them together. So I feel like this is your person coming in, and it's almost like they're bringing you guys together, and it's so whoever you resonate with here. So I feel like this is your person coming in. So obviously this could be a woman as well, and this is you with the eight of Michael. Could also be a man. So take them however they, whatever however it fits in your life and whatever you're drawn to. But I feel like this is describing your person, and this says warm, generous, honorable, and refined, which I love. They might be a water sign because he's coming up from the ocean. There's dolphins in the back there, and dolphins lately has showed up in a very outerworldly, different dimension, like a new dimensional energy. But other than that, they are very playful. They're very fun, very light, very childlike energy, dolphins. So it's really speaking about a gorgeous partner, whether this is a woman or a man. I think this is your person, but if you feel like I just described you, then this is you. And then I'm going to describe your person here. On the bottom it says, yes, it's safe to trust. The ability to accomplish many things at once. Follow your creative passions. So to me, that is like a little side note coming in from Raphael, because you've gone through some stuff. Like there's a completion here, and there's a phoenix rising there in the back. So the place that you've been in, you've gone through some stuff for sure, and who hasn't? But I feel like this is some call it the dark night of the soul, some call it the phoenix rising, some call it was a hell of a ride. It was some tough shit that went down, and it's just, I just feel that it's been a long journey, and it's been a very educational journey, to say the least. It's a very interesting journey, but that is the journey when you're becoming a master, when we think it's all about the relationship, we think it's about the money, we think it's about the health, we think it's about the body, it's nothing to do with it. It's everything that we need to explore in order to find our inner true mastery, to just become awakened this time around, and to just fully be a master. And you being a Leo, you probably add that like times 10. And so there is something to, yes, you might be the Leo, you might understand completely who you are, you might be all bold and out there and very outgoing and charismatic and all of that, but at the end of the day, you're human, and there's things that has happened that Raphael, the healer with the green border, which speaks about the healing of the whole, the healing of the heart, the mending of things. Raphael comes in to say that this person coming into your life is safe to trust. And it's like you need to hear that. It doesn't matter how much Leo you are. If your whole freaking birth chart is filled with just Leo, it still doesn't matter. You have your sore spots, you have your Achilles heel, you have your, you know, off days, and are vulnerable just like the rest of the population of this earth. And you need to know that the next person you're bringing in is safe to trust. You can really rest there. And it says the ability to accomplish many things at once, follow your creative passions. It just feels like if you just keep following what feels the highest, the best for you, you can't go wrong. You just cannot. And I want to read to you again: warm, generous, honorable, and refined. You don't see player, you don't see drama, you don't see any of that. They're warm and they're generous and they're honorable. I think that's the biggest one for you, that they're honorable, meaning they're, you know what that means. They're refined. So it's really beautiful. And then the playfulness around it, like the high vibration that it speaks about because of the dolphins. And outer-worldly, so you might be like from a higher dimension coming in. And then there's 8 of Michael. So number 8 is all about infinity. The infinity sign, like the figure 8, the eternity, the eternal feeling of this. So the soulmate feeling that I get here is that you've met so many times before. Maybe not in this lifetime, but over the course of lifetimes that you've had, maybe parallel lifetimes if you're into that, right now that you're already with them, and that's why you feel them so strongly. And just in this card, sorry, I'm jumping too fast. With the figure 8, yes. It's like so above, so below, so in heaven, so on earth. So you really are bringing in, it's like you're doing. And I think you, because of the mastery I feel around you, the magician I feel around you, is like, because you're such, like you're on, we have the life path in the today's date with the number 15. It's such a life path for you to understand yourself and to understand your people around you and to really be understood. I can't ignore, when I said it says 22 on the clock, so it's so in alignment with this romantic partnership, like 2222. And also 22 is all about manifestation, all about, which is exactly what I'm talking about here. You're bringing this in, and just like you're wanting something to show up, when it actually shows up, you probably have felt this before. It's like you don't really know which made you more happy, the thing that came in or the fact that you knew it was you who created it, right? So there's a big element to this understanding that, okay, I've done the freaking job, I've done the work, I've gradually just moved myself up the ladder vibrationally wise, and therefore I can bring this type of person in. And you're going to feel so good about it because you know it's your doing. So take credit for all the crappy people that you've had in your life, but take full credit for the now beautiful person that you're attracting, okay? Sorry, I sounded a bit harsh there. Then this, I feel like this is describing you, and I just want to sort of, because this image is just, this is almost like a follow-up card to this. It's like the show has ended. You play the role really well. It's like it's been a big drama, and you play the role of the victim, you play the role of the martyr, you play the role of the what do you call that? You don't say Victorian. Like you had victory. You're a survivor. You're the Phoenix rising, right? So you played all of that lower vibrational part up until this point. Like, so let's just incorporate everything since birth and be done with it. And it's like, yes. And then we move into this. So this sort of tells, this is like, and here we open the gates. You just open the gates here and you're ready. And you see that here on the bottom, there's like both shackles. So it's almost like, and there you're holding the blue. I never saw that before. This is so much you to me, but if you feel like, no, you described me in the last card, or if you're a cross watcher, if you're here for your Leo, if you're watching this for your Leo person, you know which one you are. I think then cross watcher that this is you, then you're a wonderful person. And this is not, it sounded like. Leo, I feel like this is you, and it's so gorgeous because I hope it could focus, but do you see the little black stuff behind her? Those are actually shackles. There's a big time, like they have been sitting around your legs, around your feet, almost like you've been a prisoner inside of those big, beautiful. It doesn't necessarily mean that you've been in a shitty place physically, but it means that you've been in a shitty place emotionally and mentally, is what it feels like. And the shackles, you got rid of those a while back. And now, do you see how she's standing there with one foot in a piece of rope? But the rope is just laying there. It's laying on the ground, but it's like she still has one foot in it. So she's opened the gates, and she still has one toe in it, and she's getting ready to sort of lift it out of the shackle, but not so tough shackle. But up until this point, there's something that recently has held her back, has held her back for sure. But I love the fact that when she opens those gates, she has Michael in her back. Michael, which is he's the blue angel. He's the blue. He's the doer. He's the one saying you can do this. Like he's the action. Let's go forward. Let's move forward. You got this. I got your back. See how much he has your back. There's nothing to be afraid of because he's there every step of the way with you. And then you're dressed in purple, all dressed in purple. Like I said, this could be a Leo man, but you're all dressed in purple, which means that the mastery has been made. Like you have come to terms with who you are. It's been a really spiritual path for you, an awakening to your inner truth or to who you are. And it's all purple around you, like the purple flowers and all that. And then you're holding a piece of whatever that is, a piece of clothing, a piece like a little scarf or something. I wish it could. And it's blue. So if we should just read into the color of it, the color itself just stands for, and Michael is all about the blue, and it's a blue border. So it's all about your throat chakra, all about your authentic truth. It's about putting your foot down. It's about telling the world who you are. It's taking no crap from no one. It's not a if you come close I hit you. It's nothing like that. It's just sort of showing up in the world as who you were meant to be and who you truly are. And I love that you're spirit first. You've been on the spiritual path, but you're holding this blue in your hand. Like that's guiding you now. Let's do truthful. Let's do honest. This is me. And I've opened the gates. There's no shackles. And I'm just deciding to step out of this final little thing that has held me back. Maybe just because of old memories, not even a thing happening right now, but because of old memories, whatever that is, whatever that old memory is, you're deciding to now step out of it, and therefore they can come in. Up until this, I feel like up until today, meaning up until this year, this time around, you haven't been ready for them. I don't know if they have been ready for you, but you have not been ready sooner than this, maybe sooner than today, around this time. Okay, it's so freaking gorgeous. So now you're attracting this guy or girl, which is absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to continue in the extended and see what else I find out about this beautiful love story. So if you feel like you resonate with this story, then please come to the extended, which is in the description box in the down below. If this is good for you, if this is where we part ways, then thank you so much for watching. And I hope to see you back next week for your general reading. Take care, guys. Bye.